Welcome to the new episode of FraudCast. And अगर हम current situation देखें तो we are all aware about the RG event. And इस चीज़ पे बहुत सारे protest हो रहे हैं all over the city, all over the country in fact. And लोग बहुत सारे demands कर रहे हैं like punishing the culprits, then making some reforms. But इस problem का जो root cause है शायद इस पे बात ही नहीं हो रही है. So today in this podcast we have a very special guest. She was my class teacher at school and currently she is vice principal at BBIT school. So आज like जब मैम हम अपना last podcast कर रहे थे तो I was doing with two advocates.
Okay.
तो वहाँ पे भी ये बात हुआ था कि ये चीज़ें क्यों होती हैं and they highlighted several things and two of them were sex education, like lack of sex education, and then the upbringing part.
Yeah.
Especially during the academic years, like academic development period.
Yeah.
So in this podcast, since you are from the educational background, so हमारा focus रहेगा कि हम इन्हीं topics पे discuss करें.
Okay.
And we discover this topic. So let's get started.
Yeah.
Okay. Like मैं जैसे एक report देख रहा था WHO का. So it says that 1 out of every 3 women face like sexual violence at some point of time.
Yeah.
And more shocking fact is, out of these cases, 96% are done by their intimate partners. Like it's not that strangers are doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So it
That
just
is a reality. In many situations, many cases, we also come across, we hear about that, and the people do not understand that there is a violence or harassment has been taken place with them. They are not actually aware. People are not aware that this is an harassment or this is some type of abuse which has taken place towards them. And as you are saying that it is there being done by some close people, might be it is there in from the some of their family members, might be there that can be some uncle or some brothers or somebody, and even and they cannot say them. They cannot speak out them. There is no one to address. They do not have that place to address or somebody is there to listen. That is the reason the problem is arising more.
Yeah, I mean, relatives and closed ones is a factor.
Yeah.
But the point that I highlighted was it was
In the
their,
workplace.
Yeah, it was their intimate partners. Like I mean, the
by their partners. That is also there. That is also there. But many a time the woman is unable to speak out. There is a fear. There is a problem that no, how can I say this? Whom shall I share it? And by the time it aggravates to a quite a bigger, and then only they come out and speak out. Yeah, still there is now the women are independent, they are taking this decision, they are coming out, moving out, they are saying. But in the earlier times, this was not the cases. And as we are having a patriarchy society and where the males are the dominating characters, and always it is that the women have been kept in that you cannot say, you cannot come out. So those things are not being able to come out. But yes, the time has changed. But now if you're talking about the rape case, what has happened? And it is happening. It has happened. It doesn't mean that it has stopped over there. As you have already said in your previous interview, also in your FraudCast, I have seen that after that incidents also there have been several other instances. Incidents are going on happening. There is no end of it. Okay, there is no end of it. Why? People are unaware and they are not wanting to act on this.
So if I ask you, like according to you, like the root cause of this problem, like this actually rape is not just for the sexual urges, right?
Obviously.
I guess, it's about like various factors can be there. And like I was just reading some reports. So many of the convicts, like they have agreed that, or like they have said that for them it was not even a rape, it was just sex for them. So they're treating rape as equivalent to sex. Okay, for them. So basically, what is this? Is this lack of
education? I was going through the few of the case study of the past case of the Nirbhaya 1 case. Okay, when I was going through what was their background of those people who were they were two of them, they died before, and four were hanged to death. Okay. The thing is that when I was going through them, they lack education.
Yeah.
Out of those 6 members, one was only educated, who had some knowledge, who was pursuing his graduation. Rest of them, they were like hardly 4 or 5 till classes they have read. So education plays a very important role. Now, what type of education shall we look for? मतलब सिर्फ पढ़ाई, मतलब it's not that only academics.
Yeah. It's a moral
Academics
development.
is not the only thing. The child has to be taken care in the school regarding their social well-being as well as emotional well-being. Now, for what CBSE is emphasizing? Only cognitive development, that is to gain knowledge.
Yeah.
Knowledge is like पढ़ाई करके किताब बुक से बहुत पढ़ लिया तो बच्चा knowledge हो गया, acquire कर लिया, but that is not the ultimate.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing is that today's in situation is that because of the society, if we see all around us, what do we observe? We are having a nuclear family system.
Yeah.
Father, mother, and the child. Okay. What is the biggest lacking over there? The child is unable to communicate. The communication skill is not there.
Yeah.
And as there is no communication, the child is not gaining certain values in the life, which is very important.
Okay.
As you are saying about that, these people, whatever you have seen, the convict, they considered this rape as just having sex.
Yeah.
They do not know what is consent, what is relationship.
Yeah.
Because what is there? What is actually a sexual relationship? Sexual relationship, you must have a consent. Both the person must come to a common point, and then that we are not teaching. That these people are not aware.
Yeah.
It is not like we say rape हुआ है. But rape हुआ है, क्यों हुआ है? Because that person doesn't know कि ये उनके लिए जैसा you are telling कि उनके लिए sex है.
Normal.
This is not sex. ऐसा sex होता नहीं है. Sex होता है. It's important. It is a normal phenomenon of all the living organisms. Being a biology teacher, I will say it's a common for all the living organisms.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is nothing harm in it. But when, how, with whom, that has to be taught.
All right. I mean, if you just see, like, I mean, in the like you were talking about patriarchy.
Yeah.
So it's normally like, no, I mean, related to objectification of women, right?
Definitely.
So for them, it's just like maybe a sex toy.
Yeah.
You can say.
Like media also plays a very vital role over there. That portraying woman as a commodity, they are objectifying the woman as a sexual identity.
Yeah.
It's not like that. It is not necessary.
Right.
That also has to be taken care. The media plays a very pivotal role in the society. The way today, because of media, everyone has come down on the street.
Yeah.
Through the media, through the message in the Facebook, people all came out on the roads. Okay, we are coming to know. The way they are bringing the people, similarly, the correct message has to be sent to the people also.
Yeah.
Correct portraying has to be done. That stereotype, those, yes, there are certain, if you see in the media, few of the companies, they are coming out with the ads which are little bit away from the stereotype.
Yeah.
They are really remarkable that there are, I won't be saying those advertisements where the women are portrayed that no, they are equal.
Yeah.
And there are many advertisements where women are just made a commodity.
Yeah, like from the stereotypes, like there are so many stereotypes prevalent. Like for example, I was also reading this only. Like in many cases, like people assume that women are very shy, and if they are telling no, that means yes, because they
Yes.
can't say. Okay, so this is also kind of stereotype.
This is like age-old type of, in the previous old movies also we have seen that nahi matlab haan. That we have to teach the boys, we have to educate them that na means na. We have to move out. It is In earlier time, the women were shy, but now it is not like that. You have to respect the desire of a woman.
Right.
The way your desire is important, similarly, the woman's opinion, her desire, her point is also important. Everyone has to respect that. हमको नहीं करना है, हमको ये अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है, हमको अगर रात में कहीं बाहर जाना है, the woman must have that liberty.
Yeah.
That has to be taught. The society, the main thing is that the outlook of the people. Age long we are saying girls tum raat it's a very common thing. Girls have to return back home. शाम ढलने से पहले घर आ जाओ. हाँ. So now the ads are also coming that no, why can't a girl go? There are ads, they are showing it. क्यों एक लड़का बाहर जा सकता है शाम को रात के टाइम पे, वो लड़का भी तो पार्ट हो रहा है ना गलती में. So it is, we have to make the child understand. We have to teach them from the grassroots level कि everyone how we have to respect. It is not that respect comes कि सिर्फ पापा मम्मी को respect किए या दादा दादी को respect किए. It is not that. I have to respect my partner. I have to respect the way I have to respect my friend. I have to respect the opposite person with whom I am. उनका क्या आउटलुक है वो हमको रेस्पेक्ट करके उनका वो मानना है. दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट.
So you of course agree with this point ना कि like if we want to reduce these cases from the root level, so it has to be taken care during the adolescence and when the child is like
from
in the school,
early age,
from the
childhood
age, right.
time only we have to take care. We have to teach them the how to, like nowadays in the school it is becoming an integral part. Okay, it has become an integral part that we have to teach, we have to educate how a person has to treat with the other person.
So do you think that in current situation our schools have adequate level of sex education and the facilities or the trainees, I mean
facilitators? Yeah, if you're talking about that, me myself as a biology teacher, you know very well that what we are basically emphasizing, what is the curriculum providing us? The curriculum basically provides us about teaching about the reproductive organs, that is the anatomical part of it. Okay, and max to max when you go to the class 12 level, what we are teaching over there, we are trying to educate the child with the reproductive health system.
Right.
Okay, that is not actually the sex education. There are many other queries of a child, because in the adolescent phase, what is it? The children are much more adventurous. Their inquisitiveness is much more. They want to know more, but they are unable to get those informations from a right person at the right time.
Mostly it's like friends, like we are talking with the friends.
Yes, from the peer. And that what is there? The informations might not be right, and it leads to much more big problem.
And then of course these like there are so many porn sites and porn.
Definitely,
everyone is introduced. In current times.
Because of a mobile phone. It is accessible by everyone nowadays.
Although like it's not that anyone who is watching a porn will be
indulged into it. That is the thing. No, you can watch, but you have to. We have to educate them. Whatever I am seeing, I do not need to practice.
I mean, what's the reality and what's the film?
That is very important. I have to know. In that, we do not teach. Our curriculum does not provide us those scope where we can address to these areas.
Okay. So.
Okay. And as you are talking about the facilitators, like if you are talking now gradually the CBSE board also has paid a lot of emphasis on this. The pattern, they are introduced many things as because these things are happening in the society. What we have seen, there is a lot of transformation during this recent past years.
Okay.
Like they have emphasized on health and wellness of the children. In this aspect, they have provided us different types of modules which are going to make the child aware of different things. Like we are going to discuss the child about the gender sensitivity, stereotypes, which I consider when I was a teacher of your classes, we did not have this. We did not deal with these topics. But nowadays, the CBSE has introduced these things.
Okay, so is this with all the boards, I mean, or only the CBSC, like currently in the current phase, if you know?
As such, I think gradually the other boards are also adopting. But my question is, the point is that yes, it is being introduced, but how much is being implemented? Okay, and one more thing, like when as a bio teacher, I have always come across this question from many of my co-teachers: how do you teach these things to the student?
Yeah,
As you were talking about the facilitators, how whether the teachers are comfortable, or the teachers are able to do these things, justification to the subject. There are certain places, there are certain teachers who are feeling uncomfortable teaching this. Okay, like in class 12, I have to teach about the different contraceptive methods. Okay, the board wants a child to know these things. Everything what we know, we do not need to do the experimentation now.
Right.
There is a time, there is a thing when we are going to do that. So it is whatever we are teaching, they have to know that, and that they will implement in the later part of the life. And these things, now how much the teachers, they are, I don't think that teachers are that much well equipped with this at this moment. But at the same time, being a part of the CBSE, the board is also taken a lot of initiatives regarding this to educate the teachers. Because continuously now we are having different sessions for the teachers, which was not happening in the past. Which the board has now introduced to for the teachers' development. Lot of workshops are being arranged so that we can learn more and then we can implement them. Like we are having certain trainings for dealing with adolescents, which was not there earlier.
So it has been recently
Yes,
introduced,
these are being done by the board in the recent past.
And how is the implementation? Like, I mean, as you said, like many teachers are still not very comfortable talking about this. And then I guess students also start making chaos out of it.
If the teacher is uncomfortable in their delivery of the topic, then automatically it is the student who will take over. So as a teacher, I have to be confident enough to deal with the topic. Then my students will definitely be under my control. Okay, so the teacher has to be confident enough with the topic. And regarding, as you are saying, that how we are doing, just if you are talking about, if I'd say about my school, like POCSO Act. That is a protection of child from sexual offences. So this act was introduced by CBSE in 2012. This act is basically to educate the child about the sexual offences and the sexual harassment. So in my school, what we have done in the recent past, we have started dealing this things with our students of different level.
Different level
means from classes from different classes, like from the junior classes, from the pre-primary classes, they enacting and then having an activity to make the child aware what is a good touch and bad touch. I don't think that when you were in nursery or you were in 1 or 2, I think you people did not have to face this situation. Because in my memory, that it was not like that at that time. But now we have, every school does. They have to do certain activity to make the child aware that what is a good touch and what is a bad touch.
So while you do all this thing, so there were students who came up and told you, like, if they went through something like that?
Yeah, definitely. It was like in my earlier time, in my previous school also, when I was there, I have conducted few sessions about this regarding that what are the different situations a brief session, not for the pre-primary or primary, but for middle schools, like from 9 to 12 I have conducted. There also I have came across such a certain query from my student that, ma'am, I had some situation in my home, but when I conveyed it to my mother said, keep quiet, because you don't have to. And in the present also, when I was explaining to my students that these are the situations, these are the things you have to be aware of if you come across this is an act in and around yourself, when you are going in an auto or in a bus, or you are traveling, or you are going in a tuition, and if you face these situations, you have to report, because
Right.
this is a type of offense, or this is type of harassment. Nowadays children receive so many different types of messages from different people. Okay.
Yeah.
And when somebody is sharing some unwanted or some sexual messages to you, that is a part of sexual harassment. The child was surprised, "Oh, this is an harassment, I need to complain." I said, yeah, you need to complain.
But then if they are complaining to, like as you said, कि many students told you the stories,
Yeah.
and then the parents only told them to keep quiet. So in such cases, like what a teacher can do, like I don't think, like if parents are not willing.
That also we have been saying that if you are not addressed by your parents, if you think that you are conveying it but your parent is not listening,
Yeah.
in that case you take a confidence, you tell to someone, some teacher whom you feel that you are comfortable with, whom you rely.
Yeah.
You just convey to that person, and then what is going to happen, then we can take care of it. Okay, so in this way we showed different case studies to the children, explain them that what is that, what is harmful, and what type of step you need to take. So those, in that way, I would like to quote one of the incidents I have heard. Like a small girl of class 2, she was traveling in an auto, and late night with her mother, but the auto driver picked her in which she was not comfortable with.
Okay.
And then she told her mother, but it was quite late at the night. Her mother said, "Chup kore thako, garite uthe pado." And the mother stopped her. But the reaction, the next day, the child was not behaving properly in the class. The teacher has observed, the teacher has asked, what is the problem? And then the teacher tried to convince her and asked her. Then she said, last night one auto driver uncle did pick me up in such a way, I did not like it. इट्स अ सिंपल थिंग. हमारे फॉर वी हमको लग सकता है कि वो तो बस गोद में लिया है, गोद में ऐसे करके ऑटो में चढ़ाया, पर वो चीज उसको अच्छा नहीं लगा. जो उसे अच्छा नहीं लगा, डेफिनेटली वो हमारा जगह है कि हमको स्टेप इन करना है.
यू शुड पॉइंट इट आउट ताकि और
आगे ना बढ़े ना. हम बच्चों को भी हमको सपोर्ट करना है इन दिस सिचुएशन की, नहीं ऐसा किया है तो फिर आई हैव टू, अदरवाइज द नेक्स्ट टाइम बच्चा बोलेगा नहीं.
Right.
I have to teach them. It will lead into छोटा छोटा चीज होगा तो उसमें भी हमको बोलना है.
So just
or an issue like this education is about the good touch and bad touch. Most of us know, but that moral side, like despite of knowing when someone does it, moral education টা কোথায় পাবো? ওটা তো স্কুল না বাড়িতে.
School na badite, the school is trying to do it to a certain extent, that what is right and what is wrong, as you said, it is very right that how the moral, we are truly speaking, the moral is going to be inbuilt from the home. How much ever we say the school, but how the child is going to develop, what type of behavior the child will do, the home plays the most important role. Because I will say a teacher you can say the child is being in the school for 6 hours,
Yeah.
but in this 6 hours
There
the
are so
child
many
is
children.
coming across with 40 to 45 minutes. One teacher comes, the other teacher goes away.
Yeah.
So in this way, one teacher,
Cannot
there are
like-
different teachers having different value system. Okay.
Yeah.
But a child, how the child is going to behave, that is the home is the most important place.
As we were discussing that it is important to educate the students.
Definitely.
But then this parents point came up. So I guess like proper communication and like sessions with parents should also be there, no?
Definitely, parent session is required. At the same time, the parents have to see that how they are behaving in front of the child.
Yeah.
When what is there, children mind is like a cotton. They will imbibe whatever they see.
Yeah.
जो भी मेरे सामने मुझे दिखाई देगा मैं वही सीखूंगा. हम मान रहे हैं बच्चा 6 घंटा स्कूल में है और उसके बाद फिर 8 से 9 घंटा वो घर पे है. घर पे किसको देख रहा है? मम्मी पापा को ही देख रहा है. उनका क्या बिहेवियर है वो वही देख रहा है. अगर वो देख रहा है कि पापा इज द डोमिनेटिंग कैरेक्टर, पापा the way the father is behaving with the mother, the child will definitely behave in the same manner.
Okay, with the partner, right?
सेम मैनर. वो सिर्फ पार्टनर से नहीं, वो मम्मी को भी उसी तरह का ट्रीटमेंट करेगा. It is very much, we have seen that the same way, if the father is respecting the mother,
child is also,
the child will see कि ना पापा ऐसे बिहेव कर रहे हैं तो मुझे भी मम्मी के साथ ठीक से बात करना है. और अगर बच्चा बचपन से देख रहा है कि नहीं पापा तो मम्मी के साथ कुछ किसी भी तरह से बात कर रहा है, मार रहा है या कुछ भी कर रहा है, बच्चे भी वही करते हैं.
okay.
So parenting plays a very important role in our society. एक बच्चे को बड़े होने के लिए 3 are important: the child, the teachers and the parent.
Yeah. And like if we look at our like society in general, so don't you think that proper parenting is a very rare thing? I mean, although you can get an average or a good, but a majority of parents are not aware about maybe how to parent.
The basic thing, education plays an important role. I won't say कि सारे educated parents अभी सब अच्छे अच्छे बच्चे को ही मतलब they will have a good upbringing. Never like that. The biggest thing is that the societal pressure is also an important thing. The parents are also very busy in their own world.
Own work, yeah.
Both of the parents have to do their own work.
Yeah.
And they hardly get time with the child.
To communicate with the children. Yeah.
And the parents do not have the time to sit and listen what the child is saying. बच्चे को जो प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है वो बच्चा पहुंचते पहुंचते मम्मी के पास पहुंचते पहुंचते मम्मी बिजी है, मम्मी सुन नहीं रही है. आज के दिन में क्यों इतना ज़्यादा बच्चों को दे नीड द हेल्प ऑफ द काउंसलर्स. You see, the psychologists have flooded with patients.
Yeah.
I don't think at your time when you people were the number of students, we had one counselor who used to come to address you. But many children did not need the help. But today's day, if you see, the number of students need psychological help is huge.
And the reason is like this thing only, not proper communication.
The biggest problem is lack of communication between the family members, father, mother, बच्चे के अंदर.
But nowadays it's very common that both the parents are working.
It will happen.
And eventually in the coming time it will increase only.
Increase, yeah.
So what is the solution? Like if you talk.
But the solution is like, that is the reason like the curriculum is also being modified in that way. You have to check, we have to have developed the, like every school, like CBSE has made it as a mandatory that every school must have the counselors. Counselors are must in the school. So that at any time the child can seek help from them. Okay. And at the same time, we have to keep continuous monitoring of the child of the any type of behavioral changes are happening or not. Trying to address those things. That is, those things has to be increased to whatever extent we can go to that. But definitely, everyone has to be more aware,
Yeah.
and and we have to work together. Like if I see the percentage of parents coming for the PTM in the primary level and the parents coming in the senior level,
so there is huge difference, right?
huge difference.
Yeah.
The parents of the primary level are concerned, but by the time they come to the higher secondary level,
they're
parents,
not. And what is the point? Like the parents are not concerned, or the children and parents, their relation fades, or maybe a distance is coming.
Distance is coming. Like many a times we see that the children is not communicating that there is a PTM. Okay, even if the messages are gone, they're deleting or something, they do this type of things. And on top of that, मतलब कई बार ऐसे बच्चे पेरेंट्स भी आए हैं, हमारा बात सुनता नहीं है. आप लोग बोलिए. I had one parent long time back. It was before your time. The child tried to do something, some harm to himself.
Okay.
And the parent is coming and telling me, आप बोलिए, आप मेरा नहीं सुनता है.
So
how can I take that responsibility?
And it's whose fault? Like, I mean, it's parents.
It's to a certain extent, parenting is a part. I would say that at a proper time, I have to stop. If there is a misconduct observed in the child, we have to stop it from the early stage.
Yeah.
Many a time, what do we do? वो छोटा बच्चा है ना, वो बड़ा होके ठीक हो जाएगा. हाँ, नो, छोटा बचपन से ही हमको सिखाना ये गलत है. अगर ये गलत है तो तुम नहीं कर सकते हो.
So now let's address different thing. Like, do you believe there is, of course, there is gender inequality?
Yeah.
So, in fact, when parents are also raising like their daughter and sons, there
is a lot of differences they consider in that. Like I have observed that many of the parents, they prefer sending their child to an English medium school, and the girls in a government school. cheaper one and उसको English medium में भेज के. Still now this is persisting in few of the families. We have to come out from there.
Yeah, this also creates that gap, na, inferiority and all.
Definitely. And I have also witnessed one of the instances, like one of my students, she was in class 12 and she did something wrong. Okay, and there was some family issues, and that family issues also came into the school in that case. The parent comes and tells that एक बार घर चलते हैं, उसके बाद उसका भाई पीटेगा. तो I said उसका बड़ा भाई है. The parent is saying नहीं उसका छोटा भाई है. Just you see that what type of upbringing is that? How can a younger brother beat an elder sister for her committing some mistake?
And even an elder brother should also not do that.
In my family, I have never experienced my father raising hand on me. This is what upbringing I have faced.
Yeah.
That in our family, हाँ, भाई बहन में मारपीट कब होता है?
Like
वो तो बचपन के टाइम में,
thing,
वो तो बचपन में हो जाता है. वो तो अपने भाई बहन में, वो तो हमारे में भी हुआ है. बट एक एज आने के बाद भाई बहन पर हाथ उठाना, इट्स नॉट अलाउड. जैसे पापा भी नहीं करते हैं. दैट अपब्रिंगिंग हैज टू बी इंस्टिल्ड इन द सोसाइटी. ये जो बच्चे देख रहे हैं पापा मम्मी को पीट रहा है, वही बच्चा वही देखेगा, वही फॉलो करेगा. Still we have instances like that. Yes, now to a certain extent there are many women who all are having that courage to move out.
Yeah, and that's again very rare.
Yeah, very rare, but still being independent, they are
that is
able
the most basic thing. Like if you are financially independent, then only...
That is the reason that equal upbringing for the boys and the girls has to be the same. And one more thing, as you were talking about the stereotype, always we are saying, लड़का हो तो तुम इमोशंस नहीं दिखा सकते हो. इमोशंस आर इक्वल फॉर एवरीवन. खुशी हो तो सबको एक ही टाइप का खुशी होती है, और दुख होने से सभी को कई लोगों को रोना आता है, कई लोगों को रोना नहीं आता है। वो एक लड़की को भी रोना नहीं आ सकता है, एक लड़का को भी नहीं रोना आ सकता है। बट एक लड़की रो सकती है तो एक लड़का को भी रोना आ सकता है। इफ अ बॉय क्राइज, व्हाट वी से नॉर्मली, यू आर अ बॉय, हाउ कैन यू क्राई? इमोशन सबका है, दैट स्टीरियोटाइप हैज टू बी रिमूव्ड। एज वी आर एडुकेटिंग, लड़की को हम बोल सकते हैं कि तुम ऐसा ड्रेस मत पहनो, ऐसा टाइम पे तुम घर आओ। एट द सेम टाइम द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट, द टाइम हैज कम, आई हैव टू एडुकेट माई सन हाउ टू बिहेव, हाउ टू ट्रीट अ वुमन, हाउ टू बिहेव विद अ गर्ल. Then only I can see the change in the society.
Yeah, and that is from where like change should begin, like, because at the end of the day, like, I mean, such cases are not stopping now.
It will not stop.
And do you think, like, even if there are very strict rules, like that kind of in Saudi Arabia and all, like they shoot you maybe or kill you, then also these cases will reduce?
Are the women over there all
Safe?
having in a good condition?
No, I mean,
I don't think that we should discuss all those about other countries, other culture and all those things. But I don't think you have to give the independence. First of all, we are human beings.
Yeah.
If as a boy, if you are having that independency, why can't a girl have? We have to give that respect. That is important. That has to be taught to the children. If you can do this, the other person, if you are a boy, being a boy, if you can do this, the girl should also be given the liberty to do that. Today, if I am coming back to the Arjikar situation, what is the instance? She is a doctor. She is doing her job like any other male doctors.
Yeah.
Then why it has happened to her? And when it has happened to her, then why are we like, we have to make it, a woman is working, she has to, we are trying to change, implement some other rules that the girls will not be given night duties. It's not going to work. Why a girl will not be able to work at night? There are many jobs in which the girl is working. What about the nurse? How are the nurse going to work then? Are the hospitals will be without the nurse during the night time? They have to work at that time.
Yeah.
We have to change the outlook of the people. We cannot stopping things. We cannot prevent those things. We often say you have to wear this type of dress, you have to cover your body. Just check out all the rape victims. What were they wearing?
Yeah.
What was the doctor wearing? She was in her normal dress. It is the mindset of the person.
Yeah. As they say, like, rape is not about genitals, it's from the mind.
It is the mindset of the person has to be changed. That is important.
Right.
And there has to be, like you were talking about in the schools, proper addressing system, addressing place has to be there. Where I can go, I can seek help for.
Yeah.
We have to teach them, like as in my school, what I was doing through the POSCO, is that you have to, these are the problems.
Yeah.
If these situations you come across with these situations, that means this is not right. You have to address them. Whom you have to address, that I have explained to them. Not only I, my other teachers also, they have also dealt with the students. They have also explained to them. After doing that, what is the next explanation is, what is the consequence? If someone is doing, it is not that they will only suffer. They might do it in the later part of their life. If they are doing that, what can be the consequence? If a person is convicted, if a person is made, what is the punishment? That punishment also the child must know. That if someone is convicted, what punishment you are going to get.
Yeah.
So that has to be told to them. So these things we are trying to do.
As you were talking about the punishment point, so like in India, like every time this is the question, like you can, like most of the people are getting away with such cases.
Yeah.
Like if you see the stats, I guess only 27 or 30% of such
cases are getting resolved, or the the
they are
persons are
convicted. Yeah, if I'm
yeah.
not wrong, 30 to 40%.
Yeah.
So majority, like the probability of you escaping such cases is
That is
a lot.
inequality of the money inequality. The societal status plays a very important role. The money power, the people with having lot amount of money, they get escaped from these situations, and the power also, which is making these people escape.
And initially, as you told, like education is important and all. So I guess this is also a notion, na, ki like mostly the uneducated or maybe very economically weaker classes are more
They are
prone to.
becoming victimized to a lot of extent.
Yeah, but I mean victimized also, and they're prone to.
They're prone to, and they are unable to come out and seek help. You will be seeing that there are many domestic help who are there in the house. They are getting exploited. They are being sexually exploited by their land,
Bosses.
this is happening.
Yeah.
They cannot come out. Nobody is going to save them. So those places, it's really a matter of concern, and only when the society will change, when we will educate the people mind, it's very difficult. It is not that only the uneducated peoples are only doing this. There are many educated instances you will get.
Yeah, and mostly maybe they are not reported because they are like from a
because
higher
of
class.
their power, higher class, being in the upper strata of the society.
And it is not just a socio-economic factor. Like there are many various factors that are contributing to this.
Definitely.
Yeah. So and also one thing, like this is also a very recent thing, like marital rapes and all. Like this has also came up very recently. Like
because people are able to speak out.
Yeah.
They that awareness, as I said, the awareness and the knowledge that I have to oppose it. In the past, what is there? ऐसा ही होता है.
हाँ.
Okay, this is a stereotype. If you have got married, you have to stay and you have to face whatever consequences is coming. You have to bear it.
Yeah.
Because they were not getting the family support. Today, due to the change of the society, even many parents are supporting. ठीक है, if you are having a problem, you come back.
Yeah.
Which was not happening in the past. First of all, the girls are made educated. They are made independent. That is being done in many of the places, in many of the society, it is being done. At the same time, the parents are also becoming supportive to a certain extent, due to which the woman can speak out, raise their voice, and get justice for that.
Get out of it.
Yeah.
So, like, if you have to give one message to like all the girls out there, what it would be? Like for me, it will be like, first you should become like anyhow you should be financially.
You have to educate yourself.
Yeah.
You have to make yourself financially independent. And when you are going to choose someone with whom you are going to become, you must know that person, and definitely it is the parents who has to be supportive.
Right.
And the proper communication is required between the family members and the children.
Right.
That is a different. This issue, what you are discussing, is that it is how it is in a normal case. But what we are facing, we have faced in this incidence, it is like unnatural, but still it is happening.
Yeah.
But we have to find out ways how we can come out from this. Yes, for that one instance is that some more severe punishment should be there for the whoever is convicted.
That, right.
The process should be much more faster.
Yeah.
And at the same time, the rules has to be much more stronger, and it should be implemented in a proper manner, so that a fear can come into the mass.
But if we just look at the system, like for all these things, like making the process faster, or the laws to be very strict, and all other things, like the people who are there in the system, they will only, like, they are responsible, right? And if you just open up, like for example, just take government for instance, okay, and if you just check the background of the MLAs or MPs, half of them would be like convicted with such cases are always going.
Definitely,
So how
definitely.
you like even expect that they are going to, like, I mean, make change against themselves? Like, it's kind of something like that now.
I think there will be that process of electing.
Yeah.
When we are electing our representative,
Mm-hmm.
we have to be much more aware of it. Whom I am choosing as my leader.
Yeah. If you have a choice to make one change in the current system, especially the education or whatever change that can help us to reduce these number of crimes, such crimes, so what it would be?
As I am a teacher, I would like to introduce and implement it in every class, and that how or what is the importance of this sex education. Not only the teaching them the anatomical part of what is there in the curriculum, going beyond that, teaching them that what is a consent, what is a proper relationship, and how you should respect the feelings of the other person, and then only should go ahead. That has to be taught to the children, at the same time making them aware what is wrong, what are the different sexual harassment or sexual abuse or sexual violence. They are all different categories.
Yeah.
Okay, they are not the same thing. Or the sexual exploitation, that has to be made. I have to make the children aware of it. And what is there a proper addressal system I would like to implement in my school also, that where if any child is insecure or facing certain such issues, can feel free to come and seek the help of ours. And we will try to convince, or we will try to talk to the parents and try to find out a way out.
So with passing time, like as the time passes, of course,
Everything
so
will
many
slow
things
down.
are
Yeah.
made. But have you observed any, like, decline in the rate of such incidents, or do you think that it is
It's
also
like
increasing with
see,
time?
now it is to the peak, and it is not this rape case is a long process. As I was going through it, like it was said Nirbhaya, the Delhi case was marked as Nirbhaya 1, and then Nirbhaya 2 in the UP, and Nirbhaya 3, and it is going on. Nirbhaya 1, 2, 3, 4, it is going on. There is no end. Huh? And when it is going to end, nobody knows.
Yeah.
So I cannot just predict or say that by doing this we will be able to reduce.
Or maybe the numbers are reported because the awareness is
Awareness
there. So
is there,
that is
and yeah, that is also true. But I feel that when I'm speaking with the children, especially with the boys, but I feel like might be if these things definitely the people who are committing these type of work, they might not have got those education, and when they're at least some reciprocation I'm feeling or getting certain vibes from the boys, that they're understanding, oh ye galat hai. I don't know later in the life what they're going to do, but at least from our side we are trying to do something.
Yeah, and that is what important.
That yes, obviously I am teaching you in a, if I am talking about I'm teaching 100 student will not get 100 out of 100. No. Out of 100 student might be 2 or 3. That 2 or 3 will also be important. Like when I'm teaching the children that if you are in a trouble, what are the signs can be sign language you can use it. The student asked me, ma'am, I am using the sign language, but the other person might not know.
Getting it, yeah.
I said, I am teaching you. You are 40. These 40 people will go home and you will teach your father and mother.
Yeah.
If you have a younger brother and sister, you will teach them. Gradually, we can pass it on to others. Something when you are repeating repeatedly, it will gain somebody will observe that you are trying to convince something. And as because these sign languages are being quite commonly portrayed in many media also, like if you can see there are small short videos
Yeah,
as
yeah,
being
about like
in the Facebook or Instagram,
or
they are
blink
showing.
for
So
some.
yeah, so people are getting awareness, this
Uh,
awareness is coming, that this sign, if you are showing this in this way, that means you seek help, you are seeking help from someone.
so we talked about various topics, and thank you for being on this podcast.
And
And
I am also very much thankful that being my student, an ex student, and you remembered me and tried to make me a part of this discussion. I am also very much thankful, and I will definitely expect you that let your this venture go ahead
thank
to
you.
many more.
And maybe we can do other episodes also in future. Okay.
Okay.
So, okay, guys, thank you. See you in some other video. Yeah.
Chalo.
না, আমার একটা প্রশ্ন আছে। মানে আমি এটা অফ ক্যামেরায় করতে চাইছিলাম। তো মানে মানে আমার মনে হয় যে মানে সমস্ত জিনিসটাই মানে কোথাও না কোথাও একটা সেক্সুয়াল রিপ্রেশন থেকে আসছে। মানে আমরা অ্যাজ এ হোল মানে পুরো মনে হয় ইন্ডিয়ান বা যারা আমরা যারা ভারতবাসী বা আমরা সবাই সেক্সুয়ালি রিপ্রেসড
We
কোথাও
do
না
not
কোথাও।
speak out.
ইয়েস।
The biggest problem is that we do not speak out about this, and that openness
হ্যাঁ
is
মানে
not there.
হ্যাঁ মানে সেক্স ইজ এ
We
ট্যাবু।
cannot talk openly.
হ্যাঁ
Talking
it's
about it, it's like that is the reason, like
sex is not a normal thing. If it's
the
a
word
normal
itself,
thing,
the word itself, when we talk about the sex chromosome, when I am talking in the
Yes.
class, simple thing, I am talking about a sex chromosome, sex word